So rude. Not this piece of toast. You're irrational. Throw him off the bin. Oh my gosh, it's so rude. I can't. Bad for her. What is this? Okay, I'm just gonna check these ones. I can't
you
move
still
anyway.
Look confused. I know, darling. You haven't even vomited up the mouthfuls of seawater you ingested deep into your stomach. Just relax and lie where you are. You don't have to get back on your feet right away.
Okay, so grandma voice, did you get did anyone get a whiff or elaboration somewhere out there why grandma voice begun or became a thing for chapter 5? Like, the only spoilers I have been seeing is probably the future characters that we'll be meeting in game. I am excited for the Urulu Olympics thingy because there's like a character there that I want to see what the story is like. It's Getian, which is like a harpy creature, but I don't know what he's called in China. He's like a half bird, half mythological creature. I thought it was a harpy, but then I think it's a different creature. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's possible. That she is someone from the Mesmer family. Yeah, owing to her relation to the three doors. Majority of the information in the three doors, just by, I mean, assuming the two clues that we have encountered, it feels like we're going to spoil you some underground scenarios related to Pavlov Foundation type of like thing.
Usually, yes. Usually, when those drunkards and patients wake up from a coma, just like you do right now, they only have 2 questions. The first one will help you find out the name of the land you are lying on.
Yeah, 1.6 is pretty much an homage to the legends of the Condors. Oh, I see. No wonder. Quite exciting, to be honest. Also, like, speaking of Legend of the Condors, or rather, I remember manhwa. It's my first encounter of a Chinese, like, manga-style comics. I didn't know back then that it's called manhwa. Legend of the Condor Heroes. It's actually quite exciting to read, even though I can't follow through with the story much because I only browsed it in fully book. During those days when I was younger, I think it was available in Power Books and National Bookstore, like in the very obscure section of comic books for like the bookstore. Yeah, the 90s were tough as well for the comics industry. If you weren't a Western comics, you're not really that much appreciated in bookstores. And even then, Western comics or graphic novels are not that good. Like, not that good, but like not seen. We watched a live series back in the days. There's a live action series of Legend of the Condors. I don't know if Legend of the Condor Heroes have live action first before the manhwa, or the manhwa first before the live action, but I only persisted in reading the manhwa because I like the plot. I honestly dismissed the ship characters there because I don't like the lead female and the lead male together. I don't know why. I just got pissed off with their chemistry. Granted, I feel like I see them more as siblings. Even though like further on in the story they have romance. I'm like, I'm sorry for dismissing your chemistry and stuff like that. I just don't see your chemistry. Yes, even early on in my childhood, I based some of the things that I read with the romantic pairs or headcanon ships that I see.
And the other will help you calibrate that bizarre watch on your wrist.
I think there are 2 specific characters in Legend of the Condor Heroes that I really followed through. They're side characters. It was a girl. I forgot what her name was. And she was often partnered to the specific character. It's a guy, of course. But they have what I think is like sort of at first like enemies to lovers type of like chemistry. But then they became allies in the middle of the story. But I never got to the end of the story, mind you. That's how much I spent time in the bookstore and spent time hunting down those comics and actually reading it. Illegally. Yeah, because sometimes way back then there were some books that are open. They have no plastic, so it's like technically for free to read. Live action adaptations since 1970s. Yeah, but I never got to like watch them, even if like there's like a straight channel locally, like in the Philippines. I think it's Sky Cable. There was like, sure, you're supposed to like know what channels are available, but sometimes there are those straight channels on specific hours at night that you could visit. And there was like a channel that shows a lot of Chinese drama. Like, yeah, even live action adaptations of like mythological stories. I know because of the action scenes and stuff like that. But I don't know if they're like the 70s or 80s ones. Some of them look like they're modern. But maybe it's just the way that I perceive it.
All right, now it's finally the right time to make things clear. Open your mouth and throw up whatever you have. Seawater, questions, just get them all out. Right here.
There's so many good like Chinese 70s, Hong Kong, Taiwanese 70s, like 80s or maybe 70s movies that are action. I don't know why. It was a boom anyway during those days. Oh no, where's the guy who used to talk to me? I'm gonna ask this one. I do not care. But maybe I should ask this more because it's a more direct question. At least it's not that rude. Because I feel like if I ask this, I'm rude towards her. So I'm gonna just ask who the heck they are.
Oh, darling. It's an honor to be your first question and the one haunting your mind.
Well, duh.
But I'm going to let you down, I'm afraid. I don't have any breathtaking stories to tell. Just one simple fact after another. You know, the most popular topic among women my age is the healthy oatmeal our teeth can barely handle.
Ow. Sorry, I'm moving my chair. Oh no, I pressed something. And hopefully I don't fall off my chair. I'm kneeling down again on the chair.
Luckily, my ears are more reliable than my teeth. I can still nag like I always do, answer questions to my knowledge, and have a little chit-chat with you sometimes. So, to summarize it, just consider me a kind-hearted chatbox.
That makes her sus. Because you're very vague. Like, compared to Noir guy. Grandma is being mysterious. Like, she wanna be mysterious. It's not pretentious, though. Like, in some ways, it's kind of a feeling sometimes that's like a stereotypical grandmother in most fiction feels welcoming and homely in some way and kind of, I say, wise vibes. But you add more mystery than anything.
Ah, finally a question about yourself. In front of you is a boundless sea. All you can see, besides the beach you were lying on, is water, water, and water.
Okay.
A cry for help will be drowned out by the waves. And even the strongest legs are tied to the ground here, and cannot break free.
One of the few types of deaths that I honestly do not like, drowning. I don't know how to swim, FYI. That's why. I also feel cramped whenever I'm in the presence of like a large body of water.
See? There's no way to leave, but it's a good opportunity to have an island tour. The locals have good manners, so I think you can ask them to show you around. That's at least better than just goofing off.
No, you don't get to say that. Regulus is fine. Me just actually assuming they're talking about Regulus.
Not even you can avoid asking this question. But a kind-hearted soul already told you that time is moving forward as it used to be, step by step. So the time is the year 2007.
I wonder why they picked 2007. Was there a specific scenario in 2007 historically?
Yes. Time is back on the right track, going where it's supposed to be. Raindrops literally drop again, and no one goes back to the past anymore. Well, some miss the good old days, though. Oh, you still doubt it, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Don't get me wrong, I'm on your side. After all the hard times I've experienced, if anyone told me that my life was just a boring dream, one neither good nor bad, I would throw a shoe at them. I can tell you are being burned by anxiety. But to find the time you want, we need to comb through the situation. Like how you do with your hair.
I'm pretty sure there's a mysterious island in 2007. And again, I'm just muggles. You're just a muggle. You're a walking mug with a glow at the end.
Time is like a soccer tort, and now it has been divided into many pieces. On the largest piece stands the white chocolate card. Yes, the last good days of the 20th century.
Excuse me, are they saying that the last few days of the 20th century is found in 2007? What? Also, what is a sacre tart? Is that a type of food? Like, it sounds good. Like, it sounds so fancy that you feel like if you eat it, if it is food, like if it is dessert, your teeth will rot.
The gentlemen are still growing handlebar mustaches, and the ladies have not yet flattened the curves on their bodies. New money buys one art piece after another to show off their good taste. They don't even mind turning their homes into museums.
I don't think that if we're basing off on their world, maybe 2007 in this world is fine. But I remember it's the 2000s, like 2007 was not here in our world, so I guess it's a 1% type of situation.
A cafe named San Marco officially opens, gathering the most outstanding intellectuals and writers of the time. They
Elitist.
talk and laugh there as if nothing could stand in their way.
They have all the brain cells to be pretentious.
Then, the cafe receives a neurologist whose briefcase carries the interpretation of dreams. And celluloid film and projectors become a new means of expression for artists.
It's actually a good theory. Or maybe the time there actually stops. Granted, the time may have stopped here, but it might not actually be 2007 in wherever this island is. Considering as well, like, the storm actually is mapped out. Like, it affects areas, isolated scenarios or isolated affected areas of their Earth. So this might actually be just a dead spot, like where the island is. They were lucky enough to be in an area that is a dead spot that does not entirely attract the type of storm that the rest of the world encounters, but maybe there's always this one specific blue moon situation. It's the same way as the events in Calabona and Charmaine's like story. So I want to see how far it would be that situation.
At this point, helmets remain intact in the warehouse. Gauze only works in hospitals. Bullets only fly in the firing range, and the flame that swallows lives is not even lit. But soon enough, the young people who swore to retrieve their homeland will take up daggers and guns to fulfill their oath.
Oh, that's ominous.
Buildings will shake like a leaf, and rocks will fall off and hit the walls. Screams will try to break free from people's throats. And at that moment, a clip will be loaded secretly in the name of supreme honor. A golden age is about to end. A vortex of blood is already swirling in the river of time, waiting to devour everything that passes by. When that actually happens, all the beautiful curves derived from nature, the bee-shaped brooches, the punch, the eiderdown duvets, everything will be destroyed, leaving only an insurance contract behind. And it doesn't even work.
Yeah, it's gonna be useless. I think it's the same goes with the Foundation and the Occulta base. One is 1999 and one is 1914. Yeah. I think the way that I see the Foundation, it became a forced dead spot. And the base, I don't remember what's with the Occulta base. I think that one was ruined. The Manus Vindictae found a way to ruin that. It's either that or it was forced to be ruined. Oh, there's a drop frame? What happened? Okay, I don't know what happened. Also, it isn't that base like the one that was featured in this chapter, like forcibly evacuated?
Even this cafe will be smashed into concrete pieces. See? We have combed the hair now. Everything I just talked about is the time you want.
She's just saying that something's gonna happen pretty much soon from our arrival.
You wouldn't buy the nonsense about the fairness of time when you reach my age. It actually feels different between those who keep their eyes shut and those who keep theirs open. Likewise, those who kill never share the same feeling with those who are killed. This is also true between those who have enough food to eat and those who are starving.
They could happen simultaneously, but never. Sorry. Is that correct of me to say simultaneous instead, meaning in different scenarios? Because one person can experience this, but at different times, but never at the same time. So it's kind of unfair to say.
All right, that's it. I've talked enough. Now get up, darling, and brush the sand off yourself. Trust me, you will find your own answer to this era.
Yeah, of course. That's the reason why we're going through with this. Okay. Dolphins. Curious about... Oh no! Another battlefield space. Have not enough food doesn't mean you're starving, but more of a casualty. True. People, it really... It also depends. Like, we say these types of observations as a generalization, but never an individual case. So the percent or statistics of it being accurately an accurate observation would never be something true at all. But it is a truth. It is not universal. That's why there's like certain aspects of math that is a universal truth, but that only applies for math because it has limitations and values, and having unlimited like the existence of pi being an unlimited like existence also is the same way. So that's like a funny thing about math. Is this gonna be hard? Am I gonna... I can't... I did get her Psy Cube. This Psy Cube is actually meant for characters with Genesis damage, whether it's counter or not. I originally wanted to use this for the this Psy Cube, but then I realized 37 actually has Genesis damage that doesn't need counter, so I can just auto this, right? Can I just auto it, please? Can I auto play this?
Who ate beans?
Yeah, it's an auto. I don't need to think.
Could keep in that. Uh-huh. Intersect and divide.
My only problem in building my characters right now is resonance.
It could be found. Keep in that. Intersect and divide. Are you irrational numbers? The fox could be found. Welcome to the world of numbers.
Aww. Yo, that graphics is like...
Form is a bubble.
So that's her follow-up attack.
That's troublesome.
Yeah, it is troublesome. How troublesome!
Welcome to the world of numbers.
This is such a clutch play.
Are you irrational numbers?
What is this auto battle? It is such a clutch play. I don't know if I should be satisfied or not. Oh, drop frame. Oh, come on, internet.